So start with your total relax. Let your belly go. Be in a place where you feel strong and stable, but really let your belly release. So when she does that, can you see, so carte blanche here that she's given me permission to like poke deep. So you would not go into a class and do this without requiring someone's permission first. So right in here, there's this really nice fold, and her ASIS are draping down towards her femurs, and that's allowing for this nice curve here. I would actually suggest she could even have more release into her lumbar, except that Allie's really clear on what her body can and should not do, so I'm not going to suggest she goes any farther than that. This is not as far as you were going, Cassandra, in terms of allowing a little bit more release, but I think for Allie, this is a great shape. So then, if we start right down through your tailbone is like, you would not be patting the tailbone of a client. Your tailbone is between your cheeks. And that's why I want to start there, because I want to start so I'm doing the whole spine. So you start by sending the tailbone down, and then you go to the sit bones. And you continue sliding those down, and then you think about each, component of what would have been articulate joints within the sacrum, even though they're not, is a brain thing. And then the space between L5 and S1. And then as you start to move through the lumbar spine, I'm still sorry, allergies are stupid. Can you see this is opening up before we get here, right? This is now starting to move, but she didn't hop past this, right? So you get tailbone tuck and then straight into the thoracic spine. So at this point, can you feel your stomach muscles have just kind of gathered up?
Yeah, and I'm trying to let them drop.
At this point, you don't have to let them drop because they're doing exactly what they should
They're, like,
do,
shifting.
which is they're following the shape of the spine, but they didn't force it, right? Forcing from your rectus abdominis creates that flat line. This, moving from the bones, allows your transverse and your obliques and your rectus abdominis to all kind of magnet up. And then if you come out from the same end, so you let the sit bone release, and then you let the tailbone release, and you let the lumbar release. So can you see she's a little less fluid going this way. This is moving a little bit before this, because that's Allie's body, right? And everybody has their own thing. It's probably one of the reasons why she's really good with this part, because that's what her default is, is what her spine is happy with.
Yeah.
But this is beautiful, right?
There's quite a lot of like tucking of the pelvis in Qigong too,
Right.
so slowly.
Yeah. So that's a familiar
Yeah.
pattern for you.
Yeah, and I just had a visual of, have you ever seen a cat like curl up really slow? You know when they sit down and they kind of go like, they look for their spot and then they like, like that? I just had a visual of,
Yeah.
that's what it felt
That
like my
completion.
tailbone was doing.
Yeah. So then, Cassandra, would you come?
I like how you said create space rather than lift towards the ceiling.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do, right?
That lengthening, that.
So, Cassandra did beautifully going the other way. So come out onto your hands and knees. So show what you kind of have been doing, what has felt neutral to you up until now.
What has felt neutral?
So here, this looks beautiful. There's absolutely nothing that doesn't look lovely about this. But if I put my hand, do I have your permission to touch you? So if I put my hand on her sacrum, is that flat or is it on an angle? So now let your belly go.
It's pointing down?
It's, yeah, you're down on an angle this way. So now let your belly go and
Oh,
my
God.
let the belly go and magical things happen.
But
So
then
if you
this
can
is
let
where,
your, okay,
this is where
so,
my ribs are popping
right,
out,
so, okay, so we've kind of got this nicely set, so now her sacrum is pretty stable and level. We've got a little lumbar curve here, but she's feeling a bit unsupported in her upper body, which totally makes sense. So if you press your arms down towards the floor, and just keep pressing, keep going, keep going. Think of your chest lifting away from the floor and creating space between the upper vertebrae now. Keep going. Keep going. Can you go even further? Think of your shoulder blades traveling wide. Keep going. image, not here. This is all happy here. Just this. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
My head is down.
Yeah,
This
stay-
is so
still
weird.
totally level.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lumbar curve. Cassandra's tall and like look how much farther from the floor she's taking up more space because she has space. She has long arms and tall and stunning and beautiful. And now this is stable. Do you feel like your stomach muscles are participating in keeping you present?
I'm really distracted by being really confused by my butt. I don't know how else to put that. Like it's so different. I don't
know
my
what to do
brain
with
is
it.
like freaking out.
It looks,
Like I'm trying to understand really hard.
okay, can you hold it for long enough for me to take a picture with my phone
Sure.
so you can have it to
Yeah,
keep?
sure.
Your phone's in there. Thank you so much.
Because I remember we did a private like a year ago.
Yeah.
And you were trying to get me to release my glutes, which is what is happening now. And it's like I just found it again.
Yeah.
A year later.
That's why we do these things more than once.
Uh-huh.